Alright, first and foremost, I want to say Kalalal, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Makar Kodash. The honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to all the brothers that's doing the work of the Heavenly Father in all sincerity and in truth. And the brother Yahya from James Kingston, Jamaica camp. That's with another lesson that is in line with the prophecy of the scripture. The scripture tells us that there's going to be a time of famine. It shows that there's going to be a time of economic collapse, uproars of the people, and so forth. And when you read this article, which is an article from the Gleaner is a prominent Jamaican news medium, and the article is entitled as The Elusive Quest for Growth, because Jamaica is, well, all nations are on the path, are striving to be on the path for growth. So now this article is saying that that quest is elusive, right? Now when you read the article, let me just read parts of the article and make note of key points. It says, while the International Monetary Fund celebrates Jamaica as the poster child for economic reform, the local planning agency, the Planning Institute of Jamaica, is revealing a more sober story, because the Jamaican government is actually passing the IMF test. It is promoted by the IMF that the Jamaican economy is on the path of growth. But when you look at the local planning agency, they are giving a more proper assessment of the current position that the economy is in. So the PIOJ reveals that Jamaica's economic growth for the 2019 to 2020 fiscal year will be less than the 1.5% projected in the budget of March 2015. So the March 2015 budget projection for growth was 1.5, but the planning agency is now showing that it will actually be less than that. And this is reasons why. It says the agency reported that for the remainder of the fiscal year, growth will be slowed to 0.7%, right? So it said those who follow these issues closely will know that once there is a downturn in a few key sectors, bauxite and mining, tourism, agriculture, growth is either anemic or non-existent. The word anemic means lacking vitality, right? So because there's a downward turn in these key sectors, basically growth is non-existent, man. So it said for the 17 times the economy grew more than 2% over the past 57 years, these sectors have been the major driver for that growth. The most robust contributors to growth have been bauxite and mining. So with major uncertainty over trade between the two largest economies, China and the USA, global producers are very cautious and do not want to make long-term investments, right? As such, their uncertainty leads to fear of a recession. With this fear, major industries cut back on demand for raw materials, which inevitably hits the mining sector. It is not surprising, therefore, that prices in that sector have been trending downwards, making it difficult for major producers to continue operation at the normal levels. The manifestation of this is closing down Jasco's plant in St. Elizabeth with disclosure. So because of lack of investment and lack of demand in the bauxite industry, you can see that major producers are basically going to close down because they are not meeting the mark in terms of gaining a profit, right? So they are going to close down, which results in what? Job losses, right? Now it continues and says Jamaica's output in the sector was reduced, dragging down the output of the entire economy, right? As well as expected, the gross domestic product numbers will go south. The 5 in 4 growth target, therefore, is only an aspiration, not a reality that can be attained anytime soon. The fundamental question for Jamaica is this: despite all good intentions, why is growth eluding Jamaica? So now they're going to basically some of the reason why growth is eluding Jamaica. Them say the deep-seated deficiencies. So one of their complaints is the lack of human resource. Because the Jamaican population has not been meeting the human resource demand for the jobs that are available, which are more technical jobs and more advanced technological and scientific jobs. So basically they are saying that the solution to the problem is to invest more into the educational sector in order to increase the proficiency of the Jamaican economy, right? But at the end of the day, regardless of what they do, regardless of how much money they pump into the human resource of Jamaica, it's not going to work, because at the end of the day, the Heavenly Father set this place up to fail. This place is set up to fail, and our people are under a curse, and that curse not going to live to the diamond, right? And these things are a part of prophecy. The scripture tells us, the word of the Most High go forth, and it shall not return unto him void. So all of these things are in line with the words of the Heavenly Father. Let me get a precept. So this is the book of Ecclesiastes. Alright. So Ecclesiastes chapter 12. Is it? Chapter 12 verse 1. So remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh. So the days of evil is drawing closer and closer. We're actually in the midst of the days of evil, but most people, they're blinded to the point that they cannot see the reality of what is happening. Because even though the Jamaican economy is basically going down, it's on a downward spiral, the global economy is also on a global downward spiral. And the economics, the global economics is so complex that it relates to Jamaica in a what they call indirect or direct manner, right? So when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, so now is the time to seek the Heavenly Father. Because regardless of whatever you do, whatever maneuvers you make, right? America is going down. The battle in the Middle East is thickening. All of these movements that are happening on a global scale is basically being gathered for the day of darkness, for the preparation for the return of the Heavenly Father, the Son of the Heavenly Father. So seek the Lord. Now is the time to seek the Lord. Seek ye the kingdom of the Heavenly Father, and everything thereof shall be added unto you, because this kingdom is going to be done away with. That's why the scripture in Micah 2:10 says, arise ye and depart. This is not your rest. It is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. It says, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. Right? The grinders cease, so there will be no work. Right? Working will cease, jobs will be lost, and you can see movements of this happening on the global scales. Multitudes of jobs are being lost because they are transitioning from least technical means of doing jobs to more technical means of doing jobs, right? And those that look out of the windows be darkened, so the hope will be lost in this society. And the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Also, when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fears shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish. The grasshopper shall be burdened, and desire shall fail, because man goeth to his own long home, and the mourners go about the streets. So the days are coming where money will be of no value. There will be no work. There will be famine in the street, uproars of the people, loss of hope. Those are the days that are coming, because all of the analytics of the global economy, even of the local economy, is showing that there is no growth. There is no possibility of hope. We are only going further and further into a state of debt, right? And we're only going further and further into the state where this is going to only be resolved by a third world war, right? As the new world order agenda is order of chaos, right? So with that, I hope that this lesson was edifying unto the elect of the nation of Israel, which are the Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Alright? I want to say Kalalal, Yahweh Bashem Yoshai, Bashem Rakar Kodash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to all the brothers that's pushing this world in all sincerity and in truth. But what? Babal.